back for the second half. We're late because of Rad, so basically,
just trying to stay on brand.
Yeah, stay on brand. English, you said there was something you wanted a doctor to do before you landed on the planet?
Yeah, I wanted the doctor to actually be able to send some messages to one of his siblings.
Okay.
His older sister, saying that he's fine and currently going to the conference on the Freehold.
Outreach.
Wishing her a Merry Christmas as well as...
All right, as I mentioned, there are no Comstar personnel on this planet, so there's no one to send your message.
Yeah. No, I've probably sent this message on the trip.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Oh, well.
Okay, so as you guys are on approach, you have very shittily, after spending all week going through 50 million things, finally decided on some stuff you might want, possibly. You guys are literally, like, shopping with you guys. I've had girlfriends that are easier to shop with. That's all I want to say. You guys are like, there's 7 million things we'd like to get, and I'm like, half those things don't exist yet.
Yeah.
So much shade, Arthur.
I
thought we did really well.
It took you a whole week. You guys were ready like 10 minutes before the show.
Really?
No, you were ready like 2 days before the show. Still, it took you a long ass time. I couldn't finish my paperwork until you guys finished your paperwork. That's the thing.
I mean, these other two guys were quiet, but I feel like me and Pondo had the meat of it hashed out in about 30 minutes on Discord. Really.
Nah, it took you guys a few days going back and forth.
I'll go back and check the logs.
Yeah, we have those logs for a reason, so that I can insult all of you over them.
I got to turn them over to our employer.
Oh my god, the amount of people who are already doing shit on this, on the Battletech chat.
So, like, we have, I think we're anticipating big change-ups for the third season. Like, just like we did from first season to second season, we changed our strategy. We wanted to try something new, keep the show fresh, keep it fresh for us as players. We have a similar big shift in tactics, I feel like, for the third season. And we want to start planting some seeds for that now.
Sure. And that's something to do another time, like when you're ready to do that. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about finances as you're landing. You got paid in full for your contract. Your employer turned over $5 million for salvage rights, which was a little low. But they also included a $5 million bonus because you guys held the line and fully defended all of the caravan. You took heavy losses. Your current bankroll is 37,448,000 sea bills.
Oh, is that after the whole trip and everything?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, that's actually more.
Now you have to pay everybody on the 15th of every month. And it is December the 25th when you arrive. This is Outreach. They're selling mechs all the time. You have a outstanding offer from a mech dealer who's willing to act as a intermediary on the planet and get you what you need. They think that it's possible to get some of the mechs that you're looking for. His name is Jace Smith.
Okay.
And you have
still had to finish paying off the Devastator, right?
Yes, the Devastator payment and the dropship payment are included every month in your expenses.
So Jace Smith is like he's like the car salesman that gets assigned to you at like the dealership.
Yes.
Except for he works for like a conglomerate that will go out and so he's like the what's the big like CarMax or whatever where you can go out and like shop a bunch of different places.
Yep.
Okay.
So just to be clear, Outreach is like the largest mech. It's the largest mercenary gathering force area. And so as a result, they tend to have a lot of equipment. When you guys go to begin cataloging, almost everything on the planet has been sold off. There's almost no aerospace forces available. All of the great houses and all the mercenary units are buying up pretty much all of the aerospace fighters on the planet. And there's even a news report about it. that the only realm in which Inner Sphere has been able to match the clans with any amount of regularity is in aerospace piloting, because the clans aren't that much better, and it turns out when you explode instantly from literally any hit, it doesn't matter how good your weapons are, because any hit will do.
It's fair. So instead of vehicles, this situation is aerospace fighters.
Yes. You have several options when you land on planet. You can look for pilots to replace your downed ones. You can go meet with Jay Smith in order to begin buying replacement units. Or the reason you came to planet, a lot of people think you guys are here to train with dragoons, but you actually came at the invitation of Baron Hauptmann Blake Marsden, Harridan's brother-in-law, to receive a briefing from Lyran Intelligence that was specific to Crystal Loth and Harridan. So, what order would you like to do things in?
I think we want to do the mech shopping first to get that.
Yeah, let's get the mech shopping first because we don't want to piss off Wolf's Dragoons.
Okay. Yeah, when you go mech shopping, Jay Smith meets you at... He's got a golf cart, and he just takes you around the lot with him, right? There's, like, huge mech bays. Hundreds of mechs are lined up here, and he's just like, hey, guys, Jay Smith here. You can just call me Jay. Jace, JJ, whatever works for you. He's 5'1". Looks like he might break 100 pounds if you dumped a bucket of water on him. Kind of got spiky hair that looks like he's combed it over and then slashed it up. Everything about him screams slimy. So, according to your notes here, you guys are looking for catapults, a C1, a fine model jump jets, missiles, a C3, Aero 4 artillery, very popular, very popular. Have at least one of those in stock, and any variant of the Wolverines. Congratulations, we've got several left over, but running a special deal on something we just managed to pick up hot off the dropship. A Wolverine 7K right out of Draconis Combine space. Can't find these anywhere else.
That's a good one.
Indeed, indeed. We have 2 Chippewas. You had indicated you wanted scout aerospace fighters or bombers. We have 2 Chippewas left. They're old. They're very old. They are older than all of us here combined, probably in age. And we are willing to offer a discount if you will take them off our hands.
Are they in good repair?
We'll talk.
All right.
Now look.
So no.
What else? What does he have, sir?
We do have a Long Tom mobile artillery unit available. Surprisingly, they have not been selling well.
Maybe it's because they run out of
You
ammo so
also
quickly.
indicated that you would like a Raven. Those are not for sale. Unfortunately, they are licensed mostly in the Capellian Confederation. We do not get much movement through here. It turns out, surprisingly, that Lady Lau hates us a lot. Like a whole lot.
Yeah.
Mercenaries have
Okay.
destroyed her nation.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Surprising.
So he parks you in front of, it looks like they've set up a whole line of cubicles for you. There's a catapult C1, a catapult C3, a Wolverine 7K, a Long Tom mobile artillery piece with carriage and ammunition stacked up. And there's like accent lighting on all these things. There's like a little accent light on the ammunition and one on the Long Tom. There's one on the cockpit of each of the mechs.
I'm getting a real big feeling this is a game show somehow.
No.
No, it's just a.
This is just how they
a
run
car
things.
dealership.
No, this is exactly what I just say that out loud because it has the feeling of a game
What?
show.
Do you have any vehicles in the sniper artillery piece line? Something like the little.
we have the long tom.
That's about it. Okay,
Yeah, if you're looking for a sniper, they're sold out.
understandable. What?
Hmm.
I was going to say what other mechs you have, but I think that's pretty much all we've been looking for. To be
Well,
honest.
there's hundreds of mechs here, but your recommendations were very specific. I will say, if you're looking for something in the heavier weight class, we do have a few Annihilators waiting to get off the rack.
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
Do you have anything lighter, light mech wise, or medium mech wise? Something more of a scout unit. Mainly, we mainly wanted the Raven as a scout unit, to be honest.
I mean, is there something in particular you're looking for?
Uh,
I'll tell you what. Leave me your recommendations, and I'll figure it out.
Fair enough.
I'll say this. We got a fresh load of hatchetmans. You laugh. You
Like,
laugh. They've been very effective against the clan forces.
No, I believe that's no.
The clans, it turns out, completely underrate melee combat. They don't like it at all.
Yeah, no, I've experienced that many times. I think I looked at the others like so. Pretty much everything we want is here.
Well, we have a Hatchetman's big brother.
I'm not really interested. We may come back later for something else. How the two Capellians, the Long Tom, the two catapults, and the Wolverine.
Chippewa.
Chippewa. I'm
Chippewa.
sorry, Chippewa. Chippewa. How much all that cost bundled together?
Let's make a negotiation roll.
What are they? What specifically is the catapult that they have available?
It's a
C1 and a C3.
A C1 and a C3.
Yep.
C1's just the regular catapult. Look to Harridan. You got the wallet, the checking book, sir.
Very well.
Is the C4 catapult available at this time? I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
It's just the one that bumps it up to LRM 20s.
I
See,
think
negotiation.
Okay. Got it.
Will I be able to get an 8 in this?
Are you guys including... Yeah, you said you were including the Chippewa. Yeah, you can include a aid. Who's aiding and how?
I think it's me because I'm just like looking at it,
Who's got the
inspecting, like
higher-
looking. I'm just looking at each of the vehicles, like noticing if there's any like major defects, like apparent ones, and like pointing them out to.
He's kicking the tires. He's checking the oil. Checking for
Exactly.
oil.
I'm just like giving a glance through. I was like, that one's
any
missing.
coolant dripping. You know.
Obviously,
Looks
the
like
other
you got a
one's probably-
broken flange here. Don't know if this
Yeah.
has been serviced.
Pretty much the only one that's probably perfectly fine is the Wolverine 7K because that's the most recent one.
This one's
This
got a
wire over
damaged
tensor fiber here isn't quite aligned. All right, here we go. 6, 7, 8 plus 4. That's 12.
I have an 8. Okay, you get 20% off.
Excellent.
Nice.
The final total they come back with is...
I'm that guy you don't want to go to dealership with because I'll point out
28 million
Discount.
C-bills.
28
28
million.
million?
Yep.
So if technically we could, well, maybe not. Do we want to go? I think we want to go on a credit plan.
Oh, they're
Possibly.
only... yeah, no, they want all the money up front right now.
Oh, they want all the money?
Yep.
Okay.
What's our monthly expenditure rate?
Your monthly expenditure rate is unknown at this time. I
Because
didn't...
we don't have the mechs. and
Yeah,
everything.
because I didn't do the thing where we remove the mechs and then put the new mechs on. It's somewhat less
Previously,
than
it was like
11 million.
It was 11 million minus whatever mechs.
Yep.
We have 37 million currently, right?
Yes.
I mean, that would leave us with about 9 million. The only thing we're missing
that
is light mech for a scout, but
That is a 20% discount. We're not going to be able to do much better than that. I
yeah,
don't think.
I think we just do it. Go for it. Bite the bullet.
Very well. You have yourself a deal.
That included the long tom.
Yes.
Yes, everything was included.
Okay. I will after the show, not right now, but after the show, I'll start inputting all of the new data. You have stocked your lance with 2 catapults, a Wolverine 7K, and 2 Chippewa, and a long tom mobile artillery cannon
So
to
the
make
only
up
thing
for
we
the fact that you're still missing 2 vehicle spots, but that's it. You actually have an
I
extra.
think
No. So
no, we're just missing the light mech spot.
yeah, so as soon as that's getting filled, I begin to message who's managing the mech bay. Is Baron managing it again? or-
Nope. I mean, so here's the thing.
It's
Baron
evil.
is refusing to get cybernetic replacements. He's only got prosthetics, and he's still getting used to them.
We're gonna have
They're
to get him
rotating through, but the
replacements.
person technically in charge of the mech bay right now is Bandito.
Okay.
So I
You message Bandito. You turn to Bandito.
I message No, I'm gonna message the chief Aztec. No, I'm gonna message Loft, right? Because I'm the operator. I'm the XO, right?
Yes.
And I'm just gonna. It's just a heads up email that of the acquisitions that are in process and that and the assignments that we are submitting for approval. Right? We're assigning the Wolverine and the Catapult C1 to the medium striker lance. And we're assigning the long tom and the C3 to
support.
to our support lance, which was our vehicle lance.
Yep.
And
The
that
only-
we are currently seeking a light scout mech to round out the support lance that we will have. So the support lance should now consist of 3 artillery pieces, 2 long toms, and a C3 catapult with arrow artillery.
Pretty much turn back to that. Do you guys have swift winds?
Oh
Swift wind
yeah,
scout
for
cars?
days.
Okay.
One of we could get one of those for now, unless we're still going to pursue a light mech. We could just
think
get
we
the
can
scout car
hold off.
instead. Yeah,
I mean, swift winds are pretty much
A dime a
negligible
dozen.
as far as price. So
we could
It's a
buy one
doom
of those. Yeah, until we find the right channels to go through to get a Raven.
just go ahead and buy it. I don't remember how
The
much a swift wind
Swiftwind?
costs.
They got to be chump change.
I'm pretty sure they're cheap, negligible price as far as.
And there's no
Also-
like handheld tag system. Like tag is basically can only be found on the Raven pretty much at this current time. Like as far as
There's a handheld tag.
is there?
Yep.
Okay,
You have
then
to
I
have
wanna-
specially trained infantry in order to use it.
Is it crew serve?
Yeah. You need a whole infantry squad in order to use it.
Oh, so it cannot be operated from a scout car.
Nope.
Fair enough then.
Also,
We don't
the
have space for a
there's
whole
question
infantry unit.
No, we don't.
There's a question of how much do we love Baron?
Ooh, wow, look at that. What a dick.
No,
Why
no.
do we know why he's
I've-
refusing cybernetics?
Yeah, do you want to message him about it? I mean, you're a doctor.
Well, we're on no comms.
I'm assuming that
No, I mean, he's on the planet. You can call him physically, right? Like,
yeah. I'm
Yes.
guessing is that he's part of the people that.
this is
don't-
Baron here.
Hello, Baron. Just I've been informed that you're refusing.
Do we lose him?
I think so.
I think we lost him.
Unless it's an incredibly long pause.
All right, so consider this.
so-
consider this, guys. Consider
Wow, someone screenshot
Alexa,
that.
stop.
consider a infantry squad with tag instead
think
of a
we-
scout car.
I mean, if we have room, I don't know if we have room because I don't know how many.
Well, they would take up a vehicle slot, wouldn't they? A squad with
Yes.
so you would have them alternatively to a scout car. You could have an infantry unit that could operate a tag system, right? The tag system doesn't take up a slot, does it? Separately from the
That is correct. The whole unit is an infantry squad trained with tag.
yeah. So I think that's.
I mean, I think that'd be
Correct
fine.
me if I'm wrong. To utilize that, we would need to win tactics rolls to put them on the battlefield prior to. Is that how that would work?
Yes.
So that I would say that's viable insofar as you are confident in winning tactics rolls.
Yes, but I will also in the future bump that up a little bit more if possible.
So I would put that as a consideration in lieu of.
I think that's a good decision. So that way we can make better use of the Arrow 5, Arrow 4 system.
And we're
Yeah.
back.
We
Sorry
also
about
want to get no, we don't want to do that yet. Never mind. We're eventually going to have NARC capabilities in theory, right? When we get the Raven.
If we get a Raven, yes.
Okay, so we're not worried about that yet.
No.
That's not on the table.
No.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Rad, you need to restart your cam.
Internet as normal.
Think so, Sid.
Already did.
He already did.
No, okay.
Okay. There's no pilots assigned to the C3 yet, although I'm leaving 9 lives there for now. Swift Wind costs you 50,000, so basically literally nothing compared to what you currently have.
Well, we want to do the squad instead of the Swift Wind.
Would that be would we be able to find that essentially? If we can find that, yes, let's go ahead and do
Yes,
that.
you can find a squad of infantry.
With tag training.
I don't have the information available. I'd have to go through the source books and figure out what that involves.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so you're getting that instead of a
That's
Swift
what we
Wind.
want to do. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
So we can make better use of the Arrow 4.
So there are now 2 people who have no job.
Do the aerospace fighters can they carry personnel? Like could they airdrop infantry? Okay.
No.
Couldn't Crystal Loft and the other guy operate the Long Tom?
I mean, there are plenty of people that can operate the Long Tom, but they're not trained in vehicles.
Well,
Crystal Loft is an aerospace. Crystal Loft is an aerospace pilot who's retrained into dropship piloting.
I'm sorry, I meant
Crimson's
9
got
lives
vehicle
and
training.
Crimson has basic vehicle training and is specialized in the pack rat.
that's right. because
She
the
can
videos-
operate a Long Tom. She's just not qualified to do so yet.
Gotcha. So we'd be better off just to find.
We should get her to the Kenneth Cross.
Yeah, they're having a memorial sale on all those videos.
Memorial sale.
The man's dead. Don't laugh at his death.
I'm laughing at his death. I can't.
So I believe the
As a
doctor
dicks.
was having a conversation with
Before
Baron.
I cut
Yes.
out.
Back to Baron and good doctor.
Yes. So called Baron. So Baron, I hear you are refusing cybernetics.
That's correct.
I don't want to pry here, but may I?
It's a political
ask
decision.
why?
Sir, I will
Fair
remind you that I am a Baron in the Free Worlds League. We have a stigma against cybernetics ingrained in our cultural hierarchy. It would be unseemly for a man of nobility such as myself to be caught using them.
I see what you mean, and that's perfectly fine. It's your choice. Fine with that.
It is my hope that as we continue to engage the clans, we can use some of this information we gained from Bandito's hack cracking. It seems as if the clans are capable of cloning limbs and replacing them. If we were to capture a clan science team with their technology, we might be able to regrow my hands, Crystal Loft's eye, perhaps clean up Harridan's bloodstream from all of the pills he keeps taking.
I don't know where he gets those. I've asked the other two, and they don't know where.
That's what happens when you're a drug addict.
Pretty much we just said it was like vitamins at this point. So everybody think it's drugs.
Everybody thinks it's drugs, but
What
yes, it is
about-
indeed vitamins.
And like Bandito at this point stopped smacking him because he realized they're actually vitamins.
His blood is just like a liquefied Wolverine.
Flintstones on it.
I would like to make a what's the word? Compromise. If we could find removable robotic prosthetics,
You wouldn't go for
would
that,
you
doctor.
use those?
No.
It'd be helpful. More helpful.
What you're talking
wouldn't it?
about, removable robotic prosthetics, are also known as cybernetics.
Yes, but you just slipped them onto.
I'm hanging up now.
Fair enough.
You still have to
How do I
have.
stay?
Good
day,
day, sir.
Yeah, you still have to have surgery for the thing to be able
Yeah.
to be removed. So it's,
The
either way,
port.
it's cybernetics.
Fair enough.
I was actually asking how much we liked him because I was looking at the cloned replacements.
That's
You know, the thing
that's
is,
not
isn't he
available in
the
the
only
English.
one that's able to work on the Warhammer 2C.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That is an issue.
He is still capable of working, but his skill rating is lowered. Well, imagine he needed to get a 1 on something. It's now bumped all the way back up to a 4. He's taking a lot of penalties for not being able to use his hands.
It's not great. Okay. So essentially, we're going to have to hope if we can find said cloning possibility, but I'm just going to
And
not keep my hopes up about that one.
An assistant that can actually help him, a competent assistant. We'll probably be able to find one.
He's got a bunch of
I mean,
Aztecs.
they're called Aztecs.
Yeah, but the one that can actually help him with the
Yeah, they're called Aztecs.
Yeah. Essentially, he can show them what they need to do. It's just really hard for him to do. He's the chief, the head technical officer.
And chat, literally 2 people in chat are trying to figure out tag Battlemechs for you guys so you can stop talking to me about getting infantry tag squads. They're like, Arthur, we got some great shit. And I'm like, okay, all right, let me just confirm this real quick.
I did a lot of searching. There's nothing available at the current time.
No, they have 2.
Hermes 1, or sorry, Hermes 3 S2 and Scout OTT 7K. The 7K probably means it's a Korean mech.
I figure anything 7K would be like Dracon's Combine, right?
Yep.
Anything K.
I thought all scouts were Free Worlds League. Yeah,
Dude,
Kong
that
Interstellar.
Wolverine is sick. I was looking at it.
What, the
That
Wolverine
Wolverine's the
7K?
same Wolverine that we fought at thing.
Yeah,
that
it's
only
Korean
generated-
Wolverine.
The only thing is that it doesn't have case.
Wow, so bad. Wah, wah.
But again, after shooting everything and jumping 5 hexes, it only generates 3 heat. So
Not bad.
it was kicking my ass.
Yeah, it was.
It'd make almost twice its weight. I mean, jump jets, man. Just get behind them, shoot them in the back. Had to cower in fear just to not get shot in the back.
Wow, that Oscout is basically fucking useless.
The witch.
The Oscout?
No, Scout 7K?
Yeah. Well,
It's just a tag. It's literally all it does. Yeah. I mean, what more do you want from a 35-ton mech? It can run super fucking fast and jump jet.
Medium lasers, at least. You know, I mean, look at the
Are they
Wolfhound.
really so against getting just an infantry unit?
I mean, your infantry units can be super slow, right?
That's true.
I mean, like,
Yeah.
if they move on the battlefield, they'll become visible and will easily be shot or stepped on.
Or captured if you.
Using the tag is going to light them up, right? Like, as soon as they turn that bitch on, they're going to get shot.
That's right.
I'm okay with either one of those mechs, honestly. I mean, I want a Raven, but Arthur was even the one that suggested to us to get a Raven, and then he's like, "You can't get him. Fuck off."
Yeah, that was this. Yeah, it happened.
Just hold on before you start insulting
no,
me,
no,
you
it's
son
fine,
of a
it's
bitch.
Hey, it's you're dishing it out. You better be prepared to take it. You're throwing a lot of shade today.
I threw a lot of shade on Cancol, man. Cotton was... Listen, when Cotton attacks you, that's bad. She's like, you insult a lot of people, but you only do it in a really nice way. And I was like, what does that mean? What does that mean, Cotton? How do I decrypt this message?
That's an adorable slam.
Yeah, it was a slam. Right to my heart.
I don't know. I want a Raven, and I think we will eventually be able to get one. Maybe not for this arc or on this shopping trip, but so I don't know that I want to spend a bunch of money on a full mech, or I don't know.
We could have had one if somebody didn't keep hitting them in the ammo bin.
What are you talking about?
What?
I missed it.
I was poking fun at Bandito for blowing up so many light mechs.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry that 15 damage seems to seep over into the ammo bin.
So
Yeah,
And a
it's
light
just
mech?
already at that point.
what I'm saying is I don't care what we do with that last thought. I'm okay.
I
with
really
any of
don't
the
either.
available options.
I'm okay with either infantry or Swiftwind or whatever.
One of
I
them
just-
mechs.
I do prefer to have a spotter on the field for my missiles because,
Yeah.
like we saw in that last battle, that's really useful.
Well, so that's one of the things I have a list.
What
of
I like is that you
personnel-
guys are like, we really need a spotter, but none of us want to pilot it.
Well, we do, but not. That's a later change. So we're not changing up our lands yet. What I think Sid's talking about is I have a list of also personnel we want to replace in shop 4. And one of those is a replacement for Rapier. We need a new Pathfinder that can do what he did for our archer on the battlefield. So that's separate, I feel like, from this vehicle choice, right? We're going to get another guy out there on a dirt bike or whatever.
On the hoverbikes?
So if you want to do a scout car and have that be our Pathfinder's vehicle, that's fine too. It just makes our arrow catapult kind of useless until we get something that has tags so that it can utilize it. Not useless.
It can still
effective.
shoot, right?
It just we can spot for it and it shoots that location.
It basically acts like regular artillery from what I understand.
Yeah. It's tagged separate thing. Anyway.
Oh, so we postpone the effectiveness of our arrow and get a spotter with a vehicle now, or we get something with tag and have our arrow more effective.
Do we want to just put the whole last slot on hold now and just get new? Because we can always figure out what we want for that later, as people are sending our AP the several different mechs that can do it.
What do you guys want to do next?
I don't know. We still need to hire the people, right?
You can shop for personnel, you can go to the meeting that you came here for, or you can do whatever else you want to do on outreach. I mean, it is shore leave. You guys have been cooped up on a dropship for like 5 months straight.
Now is the question, is the meeting a specific time or are we going to miss it? Or...
I mean, whenever you go is when the meeting is supposed to be.
Okay, fair enough.
So it could be several days. I think we should go ahead and get this personnel then.
Okay, I'm sending you a list of the personnel on Discord in our secret channel. The mech warrior marked as prey is a mech warrior who owns his mech. That mech is a fucking raven. Go fuck yourselves.
Yes. Sold.
Instant hire.
I mean, buying him revolves around you putting down 5.7 million C-bills to ensure his mech, basically.
That's like an escrow. Like,
yep.
Okay.
I'm perfectly fine with that.
I'm okay with it. That's some top of the line shit, right?
If you want to know more about any of the pilots or aerospace pilots, let me know.
What type of Raven is it? Is
it Raven 3L.
There's only
stock
really
Raven.
one type of Raven.
No, there's like 8 types of Ravens right now.
Yeah.
But the ones that aren't the 3Ls suck.
Original one that sucks like hell.
I definitely need to know more about Fat Man and Master Exploder.
Okay. Who's with you in the interview room when Fat Man comes in?
Me.
Definitely him, yeah.
Are we just like all in a room together? Just...
Board of inquiry.
I feel like there's a jug of water, in a glass container and some glasses, and that's about it. Maybe some microphones, but you're all sitting near each other, so you don't really need them.
It's like one of those rooms at like the college library that you pay like by the hour to use. It's just like some room that we've rented like for that purpose.
No, I mean, it's not a college library thing, though. This is outreach. They literally have entire facilities specialized in doing exactly this, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just sitting outside.
Do we have like that swinging light, the one random swinging light that there always is? Just going back and forth.
You really want to just have that? You want to pay extra for it?
It's like when you go to a gun show in a convention center, like they have like this whole like facility set up for
exactly
for you to go shop.
This is a planet made for mercenary units, right? They would have.
I'm surprised we haven't been here before.
Third part. I mean, you guys have been on the other end of space. This is at the center of the inner sphere, and you guys have been working your way around the rim.
Fair enough.
Okay, so Fat Man walks in. They're androgynous as hell. It's really tough to tell. Is it a man? Is it a woman? No idea. They look a lot like the character you just watched on the Phantom Mechwarrior. Black eyeshadow, black leather jacket, black leather pants, silver belt buckle, nice white button-down shirt. They take their chair, flip it around, and then sit down cowboy style on it, and just go, "I'm Fat Man." That's right. I'm named after the atomic bomb. That's all you need to know, is that when I put my skills as an aerospace fighter to use, my enemies explode.
We have no aerospace fighters.
Yeah, we do.
You literally just bought 2 Chippewa.
Look towards Harridan.
Can I get like a read on this guy?
I just turn and look towards 77.
I was just staring at this guy, like trying to get a read on him. Just
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of insight
I
skill.
think we just use
Perception.
perception.
Yeah, go ahead. What are you looking to find out?
Just-
Is he full of himself?
Is he full of crap? Is this guy really serious at how he's acting right now?
I mean, according to their resume, they are a extremely skilled aerospace pilot.
Oh, okay. So I'm just trying to figure
At
out
gunnery, they're not very good at handling the plane.
That's.
Hmm.
I mean, most of the time, if you get hit, you're most going
All
down
of the
anyway.
current aerospace pilots are not very good at handling their planes. They are varying levels of good at shooting. Go ahead and make your perception check then if you want to see how legit they are, if this is just an act or something like that, right?
Yeah. So +4. Shit. Yep, seems legit.
What'd you get?
Totally legit.
Did you roll snake eyes?
I rolled
Yeah.
snake eyes, yeah.
All right. You are looking at this person and you are 100% convinced that they are incompetent as fuck. Just completely useless in every way.
It's not a
Hut
huge
poser?
Nah, man,
not a
seems
huge-
legit.
Shitty
He's doing his shits
edgelord
right now.
child would not fit in with the unit at all.
Are you sure?
Hmm.
Have you seen our unit?
What do you do?
You know, Benny is whatever. It's like, all right.
It's like even though we're like just a few feet apart, I do the whole hand on microphone thing. Just the. I think it's gonna work.
I mean, he's pretty good at the shooting, it seems. So
What makes you well suited for the position you're applying for?
As he's talking, I'm like angling the his microphone closer to his mouth. So
I can hear you just fine. What makes me suited is years of training in the Federated Suns, preparing my body as a weapon to be used against the enemies of whoever I choose to be my enemy. Since I was a small child, I prepared myself to fight against the invaders of my world and every world. And as a hero of justice, I hope to take my aerospace fighter and ablaze across the sky, fighting them.
What 3 words would you use to describe your ideal work environment?
Clean. Disciplined. Explosive.
Those
1
are
out of 3 of those are definitely
contradictory.
possible.
I like. That's contradictory.
Sounds
I'm
like
making-
this
I'm
guy's a bit
making
of a
no-
fan.
I'm making no response to any of Harridan's comments as he makes them. I just continue to very slowly ask questions. Why are you leaving your current employer?
I have not gotten any employment before in this field. I've just finished training.
To date, what professional achievement are you most proud of?
Having completed the Kenneth Cross Extreme Aerospace Piloting course. I just got my certification 3 weeks ago.
There's like a twitch in like Bandito's eyebrow.
Just instant. Just
What do you like to do outside of work?
Drink, gamble, smoke.
Actually, let's check.
It'll fit in with the Russians.
Well, we certainly appreciate your time, and we will contact you as soon as we've made a decision.
They stand up, flip the chair back around, set it in front of them noisily, and then snap their fingers and go, I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Then they turn and strut out.
As soon as he leaves the house, it personally seems to be full of shit and would not work well here. But personality-wise, he probably matches well.
Is it me,
You guys
or does he seem to be a fan of that one movie we just saw an advertisement for?
I stopped caring after I heard something about Killer Cross. I'm sorry.
Gentlemen, I have to ask in all seriousness here.
What?
What is it about us that attracts psychopaths?
Sir, I don't think you realize what profession you're in. We're mercenaries.
Mercenaries, yes, but my God, not lunatic. Well, not entirely lunatics, but that was a spectacle, to be sure.
Mercenary life is very strange, sir.
There's a knock on the door, and you hear someone say, "Hello? Is this the interview spot for Crow's Black?"
Yes.
Yes.
Please come on in. C.
Yeah, come on in. Come on in.
It's
See.
short.
Right, because you heard the luchador now.
Is it Widow or Master Exploder? I really want to.
Rad asked for Master Exploder, so it's
Definitely. I'm in costume for unless specifically stated otherwise. Butch McGurk has gotten completely method with his new persona.
In one hand, like on occasion, you just take a dump on.
So this guy's a short Japanese guy wearing a bow tie and Coke bottle rim glasses, just huge, thick lenses. Looks like he's probably in his 50s, kind of hunched, bent over.
Does he
Shuffles
slide
in.
a resume? Do we have like a stack of their resumes already? Okay, all right. I flipped to the page.
He bows to all of you before sitting down and says, "Good afternoon."
So, Master Exploder, care to explain?
Yes, what would you like to have me explain?
What one skill makes you most qualified for this position?
I can pilot an aerospace fighter.
Bien.
He pulls off his glasses, then takes his pocket square and begins cleaning them.
So why is it Master Exploder? Why the name? Is there a story to the name?
He leans forward towards his microphone and goes, "Aerospace pilots don't pick their call signs." He sits back and keeps cleaning his glasses.
And you tell me about a time when you overcame a challenge.
During the War of 3039, I was in 12 combats. I am still alive.
That's a good.
The people I was shooting at are mostly dead. And he leans
How would
back
you-
and gets back to cleaning his glasses.
How would you describe your own working style?
Methodical.
Are you actually reading from a...
Just Google most common interview questions.
You're thinking like, I know these questions.
I wish I was clever to say that I have been making these up on the fly, but I haven't. No.
So the glass. Is your eyesight going to be a problem? I noticed the glasses. Don't mean to be offensive. But I'm just
I use special goggles in combat.
good to know.
It's not offensive.
Okay.
Okay. What type of aerospace fighters do we have at the moment?
Chippewa. They're 90-ton ultra heavy fighters.
Okay. Do you have an experience with Chippewa?
No.
No. Would that be learning curve, or would you be able to overcome that learning curve quickly?
I once piloted a rapier. It's a very heavy fighter.
A single tear begins to form in the corner of McGurk's eye, but then is absorbed back into his eyeball before it can fall.
Back in there.
Excellent. So experience with very heavy fighters. Good. I think Bandy just turns to El
I think we all
Guapo.
turn and look
El
at El
Guapo.
Guapo.
Any other?
How would you describe your como dice, work ethic.
Do not stop until the job is done.
Complete absence of Spanish accent.
Yeah.
Won't stop till the job is done. Excellent. It's good to hear.
Excuse me. I like lean in really close to the microphone, and you get the feedback for a second.
I just like pull Harridan back.
I can hear you perfectly fine without the microphones.
Still leans in really close. If you had one fault, aside from your eyesight, what would it be and why?
I do not consider my eyesight a fault, sir.
I just look at the others confused.
If I had one fault, I would say that as a mortal being, at some point, my combined experiences and collective wisdom will one day run out when I die, and I will be unable to directly translate my skills to the next generation beyond teaching.
Excellent.
Ian,
Thank you for thanks for coming around. We'll let you know. We have high hopes for you.
All right, yeah, he stands up and goes to shake each of your hands,
Yep.
then
Shake his
bows
hand.
over each one of them,
Yep.
and then leaves.
I think we could.
I
think
like
we could
that
use.
one.
Yep. I think we could use the
Again,
edgelord around the place.
How is it that we have managed to attract psychopaths? Yeah?
Sir?
My
I'll
God.
reiterate: mercenary life. It happens.
That man's glasses were thicker than the focal lens for a laser.
He's got goggles. That's fine.
I doubt he can even see us.
Murder.
Sir, he has glasses. Not everybody can get the special.
I want to point through this whole thing. Harridan is literally talking with cybernetic eyes.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like not everybody can get cybernetic eyes, sir.
And while he's talking, every other sentence, I'm like, what?
Captain, after being a mercenary brat, you see a lot of these people. It's not unnormal to attract these people into mercenary groups.
I just look at the doctor like he's even more insane than I already thought he was.
My family's been
Next,
mercenary.
please.
Yep,
Ah.
send the next one in.
Who's the next one?
I think there's
Um,
only one more, and that's Widow.
Okay, so you're going through all the aerospace pilots.
Yeah.
Widow
how do you-
comes in
what- are they
and
marked in a way- oh no, I'm sorry. Go
she
ahead.
comes in a leather bomber jacket and aviators. Just sits down and is like, "Sup."
Is she attractive?
Define attractive.
Should we roll 2d6? And
Who know? I mean, what's McGurk into, man?
Is she Paris Hilton or Jennifer Aniston?
No, more like metallic red hair. I mean,
Oh,
she's pretty fit.
You're
You know,
hired.
like aerospace fighters are.
Okay. Is she like a grown up Merida from?
Yeah, sure. That's except not with fluffy ass hair. You know.
Okay, sure. It's all it's been tamed.
No, I mean it's like mostly shaved because she has to
Okay.
have a neuro helmet just like
Alright.
Mechwarriors do.
All
just turn and look at the luchador mask. By all means.
como
'Cause-
estás?
Nothing says sexual harassment like asking the first question as a woman enters the room: is she attractive?
I just want you to paint me a picture, Arthur.
You could have asked that instead of is she attractive?
You described the physical appearance of the others. You just
That's
didn't-
true. I did. I will admit that. And if you had asked me to describe her physical appearance, I wouldn't be mildly outraged.
Would you? as long as it's mild, I feel like that's on par.
Anyway, hello. Are you? Looks at the thing. Widow.
Yes,
Excellent. What kind of experience do you have?
I fly an aerospace fighter.
Any combat experience that you may have?
1,500 flight hours in training. No direct combat experience.
McGurk kind of like shuffles and stacks his like index cards that he has in front of him, and he's like, "Where do you see yourself in 5 years?"
5 years.
Okay.
I
see myself piloting an airospace fighter.
Bandito. and say he's taking these interviews far more seriously than I thought he would.
What would you consider your greatest professional strength?
The ability to pilot an aerospace fighter. It's the only professional strength one requires when you're an aerospace fighter pilot. Who's actually conducting this interview?
All of us.
All of us.
She turns to just face Bandito, and it's just like
I point at him, and then I was like,
How long have you been piloting? How long have you been piloting a aerospace fighter?
6 years. Is this a serious interview?
This is a completely serious interview.
Do you want to be considered as a serious candidate?
Yes.
Look, I'm just saying. There's not many places you go and you get interviewed by a guy in a luchador mask.
How many interviews have you been in?
Probably 7.
Got a long way to go.
It's more common than you might think.
7 interviews.
How common is that, AP?
Masked luchadors are not uncommon on the planet Solaris. However, much in the way that you might expect someone in professional wrestling, 1 out of every 100 wrestlers might have a luchador mask. It's not at all like in real life to just walk around with the luchador mask on, and certainly one would not take one to an interview.
Excellent.
Unless that one be McGurk.
Well, no. So look. What was the name of the unit again?
Crow's Black.
Crow's Black.
No. The
Camachos Caballeros.
All right.
It still would not be normal for someone to wear one to an interview, right?
Sure. I just want to defend my decision-making process.
Yes, no, I understand. But she's attacking your decision-making process because she feels a little weirded out by everyone here.
I want to defend it out of character.
Okay.
Totally fair for her to be weirded out. I would be fucking weirded out as all hell. Okay. I would also immediately want to work at that place 1,000 times more if the person who interviewed me did it in a luchador mask. In actual luchador wrestling, those guys take like their secret identity very seriously. Anytime they're on the job, they wear the mask to public functions, to anything. Like they don't ever, like it's a big deal. They don't ever take their mask off. My lack of Battletech lore knowledge is showing here, and that I would assume that a luchador-based battle mech pilot, a mech warrior, would always wear their mask when on duty.
Right.
See,
I don't discount that, but she's still weirded out by it in the same way that showing up to an interview anywhere and seeing someone with a luchador mask would be unusual.
I'm not discounting that she should be weirded out by this interview process. I'm just saying, like, am I totally out in left field in thinking that a Camachos Caballeros
from what you've seen so far and the way you people act in this campaign, it's not unusual to have weirdos show up and do weird shit.
Cool. She just doesn't have as much exposure to the weirdo-ness of this profession, it sounds like.
Just to be clear, most mercenary units are pretty fucking professional.
They are.
We're the oddballs, essentially.
Very military, not like us.
How boring.
Let's put it this way. Most mercenary units that aren't the protagonists of a story tend to be pretty professional. It's the protagonists that tend to get pretty wild.
Who would want to watch that show anyway? What type of work environment do you prefer?
An aerospace fighter. That's the environment I like to work in.
Okay.
All right.
Can I also say space? I'm not sure what you're asking here.
On operational status in a mercenary unit, you will spend a small fraction of your time in combat in an aerospace fighter. The rest of your time, you'll spend interacting with the crew and personnel of the mercenary unit within a dropship. So when not in your aerospace fighter, and you could tell he's losing like some patience with this person. What sort of environment do you like to find yourself in?
A training environment.
Excellent.
We appreciate your time and will contact you when we have made a
I was
decision.
going to goddamn ask a question because I've got an actual list of Air Force pilot interview questions. I just looked one up. Oh well. Unless you're giving me the choice, I will.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you guys want to just interview people for the rest of the session?
I mean, kind of a little. No, we can move forward. This is fun, but
There's only
think-
one question.
I think we'll end up
Actually,
hiring
good one, but
Fat
yeah.
Man and Master Exploder for the.
I
two
like Master
efforts.
Exploder and Widow. These are my two favorites so far.
You want to
Yeah,
go with
those are
Widow?
my two.
Yeah.
Those are my two.
Would Widow even accept our? I guess you would.
She did come to the interview after all.
Yes, but I'm just thinking after the whole interview.
I've interviewed for jobs where I turned them down afterwards plenty of times. Trust
Yeah.
Oh damn.
me. Like, you want to pay me what?
McGurk is purpose. First of all, he's enjoying being in a costume. This is novel to him, and he's having a lot of fun with it. So he's going extra far with it, but also he's turning up the weird because he needs to know that whoever they hire will be able to function in our dysfunctional environment. Does that make sense? Like
Yes,
that's
it's so yes, McGurk is
Purposely.
kind of a psychopath, but he's not an idiot. Like there's always a
Yes.
method to his madness. Like he is a professional soldier. So he's just gone through this like crisis of faith with his unit. So he's accepted on a certain level that this is a unit of weirdos, and
we broke him.
it functions on that premise, right? Like if everybody isn't as quirky and weird as they are, this unit probably doesn't work and probably doesn't have an 8 for 8 success rating on all of the missions that they've taken on in the last year. So he has to know whoever they get needs to have equal parts professionalism and tolerance for weirdness. So this is it seems like he's just being goofy and weird, but again, as a seasoned drill sergeant and trainer of and a veteran of war and a trainer of warriors, there's like he has an end game. He understands what he's doing. He understands the cognitive process that he's pushing these people through in these interviews. And so we won't do all the interviews, but he continues to act that way in all of the interviews.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do?
Widow and
Yeah, I'm
and
voting for
Master
Widow and
Exploder.
Master Exploder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, time to get rid of this list of interview questions for Air Force pilots.
And then as far as mech pilots go, I believe we need 2 Mechwarriors, and we need a
Yes.
so I would say for those we just want to hire
Is it
hire
we
the
need two?
personalities that
You could
Yeah,
you could hire one and then put 9 lives in training to be.
okay, we need one for the arrow catapult.
Yes.
We need one for the second lance.
Yes.
Those are the 2 that we need.
Yep,
That's
those are the
correct.
two.
We're getting one with the Raven. So those are the 3 pilot personnel
Right.
we need other than the aerospace pilots. So I would say just generally those, we're looking for the personalities that will mesh best in our unit with the highest level of veteran combat experience, right? I don't feel like we should.
Okay. So to be clear, Raven is not the Raven pilot. Prey is not going to mesh with your unit very well.
That's okay.
They're a Capellian mech warrior who stole their mech and is retreating from the Capellian Confederation at high speed.
Excellent.
We're taking them anyway.
Okay. They're a CCAF warrior.
A pirate.
What does that mean, Arthur? What like
We took in
what's-
a couple
what's the
pirates,
gist of
actually.
His like personality. He's like a super professional guy, or
Imagine someone who's lived their entire life in North Korea and then stole a really nice military vehicle and moved to South Korea and then got shipped to America.
Fair enough.
or am I to infer that he's like an amoral?
I wouldn't say he's amoral at all. He simply just has no knowledge of the world outside the CCAF.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm tracking
okay.
you now.
So they're introverted, like my character.
That
He just doesn't
introversion
have
has nothing to do with it.
Well, no, I mean they're like, what's the word?
Culturally. no.
Yeah, they're culturally
Sure,
introverted.
yes. They're
That's
used to
fine.
a very disciplined work environment where you obey your superiors or you die and probably your family gets
Yeah.
tortured.
Cool.
And they stole their mech and made their way through the inner sphere to Outreach so that they could get hired. All right, so you're hiring Prey and his Raven, which means you need to put 5.7 million down
So we're
on
down
top
at
of hiring him.
about
We're
3
broke
million.
again, basically.
We're down to 3
Almost.
million.
That's not
I s-
enough to.
I recommend we just hang on to that 3 million for operational costs and
That's fine.
unforeseen.
Well, our monthly operationals are like 10 plus. So we're
Yeah.
broke.
Wow. Just wow.
Yep. That was pretty much. I guess as far as pilots, we'd probably want to get Hard Rock and then maybe Blaze.
You're just taking the most skilled pilots then?
I would say yes.
Okay. Hard Rock
Corona-
and Blaze.
The most skilled Mechwarriors.
Well, the
Without,
most-
well, I mean, Corona is most skilled, but I don't know if we want to go that high yet. Of course, I don't know how skilled. So what are the veteran pilots now? Are they
Wait, is that
3 3s?
Regulars are 4-5. Veterans are 3-4. Elite
Okay.
is 2-3.
So Corona would be a elite,
Yes.
Yeah.
technically speaking.
I would take Corona and Hard Rock personally.
So you
Okay.
just want to get Corona? Okay.
Yeah. You spend millions of dollars on a mech. You don't want to put it at risk by putting.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like put the best pilot
Yeah.
you can
No,
afford.
I know.
to
I know what you mean. And-
what's the S for Prey anyway?
Sensor
put.
operations.
I assume.
I would go with Prey and Corona.
We do have Prey.
Prey. We
already
have Prey.
Oh,
Prey
yeah,
has the
Prey.
Raven.
Okay, fair enough.
So we're ending up with Prey, Corona, Hard Rock, Widow, and Master Exploder.
No, Fat Man.
No,
Nope.
Master Exploder.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
That man was the first one.
Yeah, fair enough then.
The Fat Man was the one I couldn't get a read on because I've just failed miserably at it.
Yeah.
Just general impression. Does it seem like either Corona or Hard Rock would work particularly well with Howler?
Why don't you go ahead and make a perception roll?
What can you
Can
make?
I
it for me?
help?
What's your bonus?
What is the perception skill? Is there an actual perception skill?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It is.
Can I aid?
I have a 2 plus 2.
What are we hiring these two people for? Oh, you're going to put someone in 9 lives a spot. That's what it is.
Yes. One
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the one is a catapult pilot, and the other one is a catapult pilot.
Right.
Yes.
They're both catapult pilots.
Okay.
Actually, we could probably put Corona in the Wolverine, right? That's our most hotshot mech in that Lance now, and she's
Okay.
our most hotshot pilot.
Okay. But what's your perception skill?
Plus 2.
And you want to know what?
I want to know if it looks like either Corona or Hard Rock will work particularly well with Howler.
Crossroads.
All right. You have a 10. Corona is not going to work well with Howler. Corona, she is career military, 20 years with the Federated Sons and has been discharged for reaching end of tour of duty and is now looking for like a cushy retirement job.
Sounds perfect for the catapult arrow then,
Okay.
right? Put her on the back line, working on artillery mech.
Hard Rock is essentially your average guy who just got out of military training, wants to join the military, very enthusiastic, no experience,
Should mesh
naturally talented.
A rookie that should mesh well with Howler's pretty professional style, I feel like. Okay, cool. Let's make those assignments then.
Okay.
And is Hard Rock better than is it Shinji? Is the other we still have remaining?
Shinji's a better shooter and Hard Rock's a better pilot.
And then who's the injured one?
Shinji was the injured one.
Shinji is okay.
Oh, sorry, Tachi was the injured one.
So
He's
who's-
fully healed now, though, just like all of you.
Is Tachi and Hard Rock, how do they compare? We want to put the better one
Still
in
the same.
Wolverine.
Tachi and Shinji have the same level of skill.
Okay, we want to put the better one in the Wolverine, I would say.
What do you mean by better?
Better
Do you mean
gunner.
better at handling or better gunnery?
Better
Got it.
gunner.
Okay, so you're moving Tachi to the catapult and you're putting Hard Rock in the Wolverine.
Yeah.
and then you're putting Corona in the
Wait, isn't Tachi
catapult.
a 3/4? So wouldn't he be better?
I would
than
say
Wolverine?
I'd say we're gonna. I will write this up.
Yes,
as-
like I said, you guys 3/4, and then reverse is 4/3.
I write all of these up as recommendations submitted for approval by Crystal Loft, and also like CC'd to Howler with a line for him to put input on it as well.
Sorry, I mean, Pondo's bringing up a good point. You want to put the better shooter in the Wolverine
I
Yes.
believe so.
or the catapult?
We want to put the
Better
better.
shooter in the Wolverine.
Okay,
Better
so
shooter in
Tachi's
the-
the better shooter.
Okay.
Yes. So he would go in the Wolverine, and then Hot Rock. would-
Hard Rock
go
is
in-
going in the catapult. Okay, Corona is elite rated. She's
I can
actually
understand
the
why.
only elite mech warrior in the whole unit.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I feel
maybe
like
if we
I
got
feel
more
like we're.
experience points. No.
I feel like
Yeah,
we're
maybe if you
giving
get
her-
20 years.
Yeah, I feel like we're giving her her dream job, or at least the one you described that she was looking for.
Yes.
Yeah, because she support Lance with
We
freaking
could-
artillery stuff.
I would even consider. I would also put in a recommendation. This one to Harridan to make her the commander of the support lance.
You have a lieutenant who's the commander of the support lance. He's Zane Reiser, but he has no vehicle because you just kicked him out of his job. He could pilot the long tom. He's skilled at doing it.
Okay.
You have a
Okay,
bunch of support lance personnel that you're basically kicking them out of their jobs, and they don't
I
have
thought they
other
all had
jobs.
second jobs, though.
Some of them do, some of them don't. Blake
Ryzen
Howe
too.
used to have a secondary job, but now he doesn't.
What was his secondary?
He used to be communications.
Well, we can leave Reiser in charge and put him in the long tom.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's what I would say.
All right.
Crimson, I feel like she has a full-time job outside of her vehicle.
If that's what you want to assign her to, that's fine.
I mean, that's a Harridan decision. I'm just trying to work it out loud.
What was she originally hired for?
Intelligence.
Okay.
She's a former counter-terrorist agent that couldn't
Okay.
handle the stress of her job. I wanted to have a less stressful than murdering terrorists in her free time.
I would put her in.
Well, I think it would probably be fine for her. I think she would probably be okay then with not getting put back into a vehicle.
Other than the one she likes.
How big is the long tom crew? We could put her on the long tom crew with
You could.
Reiser.
Sure.
As communications, so no, the other guy can be communicating.
We
There's a couple of people that can go in the long top crew.
On-field intelligence coordinator. There we go. Boom.
Fair enough.
Position created.
Okay. Anything else?
think we're ready to go to the meeting.
I think that's it.
All right. So the invitation is to Crystal and Maxwell. Is there anyone else who would like to attend?
I would.
I would like to attend.
All right.
That's probably a terrible idea.
I would as well.
Probably.
Okay. So all of you go. You're stopped. So Wolf's Dragoons have a ton of facilities on planet, right? And they have assigned a special building to each of the attending major nations.
Not a surprise.
You go to the Federated Commonwealth's one, and you head to the Lyran wing, and you guys are stopped. And it's unsurprisingly your old rival, Hopman Baron, Blake Marsden. And he just takes one look at McGurk and goes, "The hell are you wearing, McGurk?" You, and you. He points to Gold Stag, Bandito, and Heavy 7 and is like, "Follow me. You're going to wait outside."
Fair enough.
Can't join. Okay.
No. Come to the conference room. We have donuts and water bottles.
This is the brother-in-law?
Yes.
That's brother-in-law.
This is the guy that set up your boss.
You didn't get my message, man?
I got your message. You look ridiculous.
Plus we're in the
He looks down at his huge gut. He's like, I worked really hard on this, okay?
You should work really hard on getting rid of that.
We're in the Lyran wing,
I
so
look at his huge gut and I'm like,
He doesn't have a huge gut.
didn't you said he was like a big guy?
Yeah, but he also beat your ass in a sword fight.
fist fight.
Oh, in a fist fight, yeah.
It was also a fist fight. But he's also a big guy, so
Yeah, he's a
I
big
remember
guy.
making fun of him being
He's
a big
physically
guy.
large.
He's muscular.
I'm gonna have to check the tape on this.
Regardless,
He's a dad now.
Put on some sympathy weight. I understand.
could have a dad bod, where he just gets a little bit of gut because he starts
could have some
drinking a
dad
lot more.
I'm
Harridan,
working on
you
getting
and
rid of my
Crystal
dad.
are escorted into a room. It's pretty brightly lit. It's nothing you'd expect from, like a stereotypical meeting in a shady place. It's like a brightly lit conference room that's temporarily been set up to the sky. There's lots of paperwork and, like e-readers lying around. Some photos. The man adjusts his glasses. Dark black hair. Kind of a pale complexion. Dark circles under the eyes. Kind of looks like Sam Elliott. Just says, Mr. Harridan,
Indeed.
I have several files for you to sign, giving you temporary security clearance within the Federated Commonwealth. Lieutenant Loft, I have the same for you as well.
I look him over. I'm guessing they're just standard governmental non-disclosure agreements
Yep.
and the like.
Yours specifically include a writer allowing this for you, even though you've been listed. You've been pegged on like the version of a no-fly list for someone who is formerly suspected of being a terrorist.
Mhm.
You're being waived to have special compartmentalized clearance.
Yeah, I'll sign it all.
Lieutenant Harridan, I'm afraid that what happened to you was very unfortunate, but was done at the order of the Archon of the Lyran Commonwealth herself, Katrina Steiner.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
There's no reason to repeat it. You heard me correctly the first time.
That was a plot to assassinate the Archon.
That is correct.
I was set up to take the fall by the Archon for a plot to kill her? For what reason?
What do you know about the organization Brotherhood of Cincinnatus?
Out of character, I have no idea.
Then in character, you probably also have no idea.
None whatsoever.
In the early 28s, Brotherhood of Cincinnatus came into being. Lyran Alliance members who believed that the Lyran Alliance was the superior and righteous choice among all of the Inner Sphere nations. They've survived as militia groups, patriots, talking heads, experts, business people, criminal organizations for hundreds of years. In the early 3020s, they began expanding Lyran patriotism, especially in the wake of the Third Secession War, when the Lyran Commonwealth's immense victories outweighed its few minor defeats. Brotherhood of Cincinnatus believes in the purity of the Lyran Steiner bloodline. This is a problem because they see Katrina Steiner as having overthrown Alessandro Steiner as being the true Archon of the Inner Sphere. You can see that this is a problem as they began plotting against her. In the Fourth Secession War was a bigger problem, and in the War of 3039 that you participated in, they were planning to assassinate you. They were planning to assassinate the Archon. They were planning to destroy the planetary government and right all of the mistakes that had been made. Blake Marsden was selected from Loki's staff to infiltrate the organization by any means necessary. That means included setting you up for the fall of the failed attempt in order to get in with the unit. Since then, he has continued to remain a vital intelligence source within the organization Brotherhood of Cincinnatus. His recent activities have come to a curtail as his usefulness is more suited to strategic concerns. And I would rather not put a man with a child on the front lines. However, now that you know the truth, we're prepared to offer several things to your unit. I believe I have not introduced myself yet, so allow me to correct that. My name is Darrett Slane. I am the Deputy Director of the branch of Lyran Intelligence known as the Bodians. We're responsible for the training of new intelligence assets. I would like to offer several positions, including that of Countess, Crystal Loft, and Knight Bachelor to Maxwell Harridan. Join us as a Black Ops unit. Lyran Intelligence requires your services. You will both be rewarded with noble titles. All of the personnel that you brought with you to this planet will be offered Lyran citizenship. I understand you have several issues with Lyran criminal organizations, and at least one of your members is currently being hunted by the Draconis Elite strike teams. The Lyran Commonwealth and the Federated Commonwealth will put our assets behind protecting this man and his family and providing for him a new identity if it is required. When you are needed, you will be called upon by the Bodians, and we will provide you with mission orders. When you are not needed, you may carry out mercenary contracts, or, as she will be a countess, defend your home base. We have a section of land near the clan invasion corridor which we are prepared to offer to your unit. But more importantly, we have the immediate and necessary job of defeating the Brotherhood of Cincinnatus. It is their hope that they can eliminate the heir to the throne, Victor Ian Steiner Davian. We would like to send your unit to infiltrate them, specifically Captain Maxwell Harridan, known traitor, assassinator of an Archon, man who has repeatedly been stepped on by the Lyran state. Would be a perfect bait, especially having recently been entitled to a knight level status. You will be attractive to the Cincinnatus membership. I'm afraid I will need your decision on this regard before you leave this room. However, if you would like to discuss with each other, I can step out for a few minutes.
Whether you listen to us over the however many hundreds of devices you have planted in this room.
Lieutenant Harridan, I have no reason to listen in to your conversations. I am not with Loki. I am with the Bodians. There's no need to be so suspicious of me.
Forgive me for saying so, Director, but it feels
That's
like
Deputy Director.
My apologies, Deputy Director. But it feels as though my entire life over the past several years has been manipulated just to lead me to this one point right here, right now. So
You would be correct. Entirely. I have recently uncovered this operation. You'll notice it is in fact not coming from Loki. The Ministry of Intelligence and the Secretariat is curbing their activities as we prepare to go on war footing with the clans. We no longer have time. We no longer have the resources to dance around these issues. Loki is busy in the clan invasion corridor. And I am not a terrorist. I intend to make this operation something more of a soft touch. And there is no further need to torment you, Lieutenant Harridan. I will not say that you have not been in some measure rewarded, since Loki has been watching over your unit since its inception and continued to offer you very lucrative contracts, while keeping you dancing in their palm, of course. But I also do not intend to apologize for them.
I don't seem to recall actually asking for an apology.
That's excellent. All I care about, Lieutenant, is getting the job done. The Brotherhood of Cincinnatus will be crushed one way or another. I have agents. If it's not you, I will find someone else. But if that person is not doing a job somewhere else, then someplace falls, and another place falls. We are fighting for the survival, not just of the Lyran Commonwealth, or the Federated Commonwealth, but of the entire inner sphere. And everyone is needed at every place. You may choose not to answer this call, for I assure you it will be difficult. You are not trained for intelligence operations. But the Brotherhood of Cincinnatus is behind, in some measure, the woes that you have suffered. And they are also a direct and present threat to the Federated Commonwealth, our way of life, and our ability to enact operations against the clans. But as I said, shall I give you a few minutes, or perhaps have you already come to a decision?
I turn and look at Kristolov. I already know what my answer is going to be.
She's just like, what? I get to be a countess. This works great for me.
I turn back and look at him. I accept.
So Crystal stands up and slams her hand on the desk and says, I have one condition.
I just asked you.
I feel like probably throughout both seasons, there's been a theme song for the unit, right? You know, whenever the unit's in doing something really fucking awesome, there's like the Crow's Black theme song that plays.
Yeah, living
And
on a
really
prayer,
lightly
bunch.
in the background, it starts playing right now. She slams her hand down on the patent of nobility and says, there's no way I'm not taking my adoptive father's name when I become a countess, because Countess Crystal Crow sounds bitchin' as hell. Then she pulls out a pair of glasses and puts them on over her eye patch. And the music swells suddenly. This guy's still sitting there looking at her, not aware that there's music playing at all, completely unimpressed, and he's just like, very well.
She just stands there stoically hearing the music in her own head.
She's just.
I'm
she's
just like sitting there
so-
staring at him, just slightly shaking my head a little bit.
She's just so endearing.
Just realizing that everyone in our unit is a fucking psychopath from some.
So he stands up and offers both of you a handshake and says, welcome to Operation Brotherhood.
Sounds like a cult.
God damn it, Pondo.
I'm sorry, it does. Welcome to Brotherhood. You're one of
We're
us
not
now.
Assassin's Creed over here.
I didn't say it was Assassin's Creed.
Now, you had a personal defense weapon, right, Harridan?
Yeah,
What is it, like an axe or something?
it was a sword.
Okay. You technically need to be knighted by Crystal. Do you invite anyone to your knighting ceremony?
Just my lance.
Okay. All right.
I'd be really confused.
Nobody
Like,
else.
so when
Why
they just
not
come in, it's like, so you
Bruno?
guys want to come see the knighting ceremony? What?
Why not your brother-in-law? Because it would be a nice story to bring back to your sister.
Yeah, I suppose. Actually, I would say as
Bummer.
that whole scene finishes, I stand up and, if you'll excuse me, Deputy Director, I believe I have someone to go apologize to.
I was hoping you wouldn't invite him. So as we all like single file into the room, he's behind me, and you stop him, and I turn around. I'm like, now who looks ridiculous?
Wearing the luchador mask. Still you.
I started to tell a joke, but I was muted. But while she was like expositioning, she's like, one of your members is wanted by the Draconis Combine, and we can provide him with a new identity if he needs it. You cut to like McGurk. He's like eating a powdered donut and like brushing it off like his big like suited torso.
Pulls out a pocket churro.
A tamale.
Tamale.
Okay. She wears something akin to a wedding dress.
Of course she does.
To your coronation, and uses your own sword to knight you, Knight Bachelor Sir Maxwell Harridan. And she is now Countess Commander Crystal Crow, Countess of the planet Kolovrati, which is 2 jumps from the clan occupation zone at the very edge of the periphery, which incidentally is also where your new base provided by the Lyran Commonwealth is. And finally, it's also where Operation Brotherhood is taking place.
Excellent.
Actually, could I have included a stipulation?
Yeah, what do you want?
Knighthoods for my lance
No,
mates.
absolutely not.
Damn it.
Never mind. Oh,
You get a
I
knighthood.
just-
Those are free world scum, and the other
What's
ones.
one level
That's right.
below knighthood?
There is no level below knighthood.
Oh, bummer.
Knighthood is
We're
literally
not
the
nobles.
lowest.
That's
We
our
can't be-
problem.
We can't be like officially declared.
I'm
skies.
probably only getting it because they put me through years of hell.
You're also the only Lyran
You're
citizen.
also the only Lyran. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the only Lyran citizen, plus you're the only noble among us. So it's...
my
He's not a
character's
noble
Lyran.
though. He is now. He's now a noble.
Oh, I thought
my
he was a noble
character's-
before.
No,
saying
he's
well.
just super
They're
wealthy.
just a wealthy family.
My character's a
There's
Lyran
like
citizen.
super distant cousins to the royalty because like most rich families are. But
I mean, you can't be a mercenary brat and a noble at the same time, or a Lyran citizen at the same time.
I'd
We're
probably.
all Lyran citizens now,
Yeah,
Well, he was
I mean, if
born
you
on
want to
the
be.
Lyran- He was
right?
born
Did
on
you
the
offer a
Lyran planet.
citizenship?
yes, they did offer citizenship.
Do you want a new identity change, Heavy 7, or are you good with just staying Heavy 7 and hoping that Lyran intelligence
His
kills
new-
all the
His
DST?
new legal name is El Guapo.
That's not a thing that will ever happen.
All right. Can I think about it?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know.
We're actually at the end of the night. We're way past it.
Okay.
You guys spent
Yeah.
way too much fucking time interviewing people. Oh,
That wasn't really planned, but
Yes, it was
Yes.
for me.
there we are. That's the end. Next week, we'll be back 4 months later on the planet Kolovrati for the first part of Operation Brotherhood with Henley. Unfortunately, your unit is going to start heavily in debt.
Mm. Mm.
You're
we
gonna be
don't get any signing bonus or anything.
No. You're going to get money paid for the contract,
Shit.
but not until you get there.
What the shit, Lyran Alliance?
What's the Lyran Commonwealth? Lyran
Lyran
Alliance is
Commonwealth.
back like 200 years ago.
hey man, they're
Sorry.
making Crystal off a countess, and they're making you a knight. Cut them some
they
slack.
put me through years of hell to manipulate me to that point to be able to
They're-
do that.
There's a reason that this episode's title is called Past Prologue. My
Plus,
God.
they're protecting McGurk and his family. So I'll reiterate that Benito doesn't give a shit anymore. He's
Tempted to exclude the doctor from having the criminal element removed.
I don't know if
He
that'd
can
be possible.
deal with his own shit.
I think they're pissed with all of us, aren't they? I'm pretty sure they're pissed with all of us.
You're talking about the
Malthus family.
yeah. So just to be clear, the Malthus family are still going to try to kill you, but Lyran intelligence is going to be like, "Yo, what's up? These dudes are sending an assassin squad after you."
Okay. I'll deal with that. It's only a -2, so
All of you have it.
Except
So-
for all
All
they're gonna
have it.
say is, "Hey, what's up?" And then you're gonna shoot them and bury them outside the backyard. Tell you that they're coming to get you.
Yeah, exactly.
Just point Gauss rifles at him. Say, no, back up, please. Wait until after the contract is over.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I have a bunch of work done to get done, getting the names of everybody involved, figuring out how much money you need to pay, how much shit you have going forward. How
Yeah,
much
we're
of the
gonna
planet
be-
does she own? Countess Crystal Crow owns one of the 3 continents on Kolovrati.
Damn.
And that's what happens when you're a countess. She was
Is it
going to be a
big?
baroness, but
How big is the continent compared to the other two?
same size. I mean,
Okay.
She owns a third of the planet, basically.
yes.
Damn.
We'll make it the whole thing
Sooner or later.
sooner or later.
That sounds like treason, technically.
I'm
No, we'll
okay with
slowly
just.
Were you gonna
Fire the
kill
planet.
all of the other barons and counts?
We're fine with the amount that we have.
We're
Going to be struggling to keep that up, to be honest. But you know what? It's fine.
Yes. No, somebody mentioned in chat we'll get taxes and stuff from the land. And
Yes,
then
and those taxes will go towards the county, not the mercenary unit.
We don't have the whole country funding us as a mercenary unit now.
She will get income to spend on you because she will be listing you as her personal
The
army.
house guard.
Yes, you're her house guard, but that is not going to be nearly enough to run the unit.
No, not with all the shit.
You will be paid for Operation Brotherhood from the Boreans, but you have to show up before you start getting paid. They don't cover the cost of your... I mean, they're going to transit you there, but it's going to take 4 months. And they're not going to pay your unit expenses on the
So
way
we're
there.
going to be 4 months in debt, essentially.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, that's what happens.
That's fine.
Welcome to mercenary life. Look, it's not like the Battletech video game where if you go in debt for like half a second, you instantly lose the game.
That's true.
For every year that you remain in debt, your mercenary rating starts to slip, however.
That's fair.
it's not that bad.
Yeah.
As long
You're
as
just going to
we
make
can
it
get-
big.
Yeah, as long as we can get out of debt, bro.
So we'll be, what, 4 months into the 3051? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It'll be in April.
Excellent.
Okay. I just want to say I'm looking forward to watching Phantom Mechwarrior 2 Desperate Struggle. I feel like it's going to be a really good movie. I'll let you know as soon as it's out.
That's why it was. That's what the guy reminded me of.
Let's do some
Okay,
outros.
3.5 atlases.
Gosh, we spent like maybe 20 minutes on the actual storyline
Yeah.
and like 3 hours hiring people and fucking around.
So sorry.
Still have to have
That
the
that
aftermath
basically sounds like an
conversation.
average episode for us.
Still have to have the aftermath conversation with the brother-in-law.
We'll do that at the beginning of the next episode. Okay, English, let's start with you. Outros.
I am Englishmudkip. I really enjoyed it this week, even though we didn't do very much in the way of rolling die. But yeah, as I said, I am Englishmudkip. You can find me in all the associated places of Twitter and Twitch of Englishmudkip. I am a variety streamer. I stream about 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. GMT. Almost every weekday except for weekends.
Okay, anything else?
Oh yeah, you can also find me on Arthur's Discord. Go check it out. He's a really good guy, and I really loving the Battletech. That's it.
Pondo, let's talk about you.
Hi, I'm Pondo or Pondothemad. You can catch me on Twitch or YouTube /Pondothemad. I do pretty much play video games, a variety of them. Probably will be back tomorrow streaming. I've kind of been busy this week and last week too, so I think I streamed Tuesday, but honestly remember. I've been really busy this week. But yeah. It's been fun. It's been fun. I like sessions we don't roll that much because that means not much bad things can happen.
Wow.
Remember what last?
He's just used to seeing me roll dice. That's a very fair
I mean,
assessment.
I rolled snake eyes, didn't really have much of an effect. That's a good thing to me. Because one time I rolled snake eyes and blew off my sensor, so I didn't have any communications or anything.
Yeah, instead you let the best person on the field walk away when they were in the middle of trolling you.
Assassin?
Batman.
Oh, Fat Man?
Yeah.
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 He's good at shooting, not necessarily piloting, but of course I don't think it matters piloting because I mean if you get hit, you're essentially dead anyway, right? Because
Which would
either
make
you go
piloting
crashing to the
more important, I
ground,
think.
you either go crashing to the ground or you just blow up, essentially.
Okay.
If you get hit.
That's true. Anything else you want to say about yourself?
That's it. Had fun tonight. It was great. It's fun seeing having the whole "Are you dying?" thing now. Are you dying? It's like what?
Maisie got you scared straight, huh?
Yes. Also, he doesn't have any reason to be consumed by hatred because his.
Oh
guys.
yeah, you've been purified of the curse that laid on your bloodline. Got it.
Exactly.
Speaking of cursed bloodlines, let's talk to SidAlpha.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am now Sir Maxwell Harridan.
That's true.
I am going to remind people of that fact all the time now. It's going to be amazing.
Battletech.
Sure.
When he's not in Battletech, if he's referring to himself as Sir Maxwell Harridan, I think he's got some problems. So
There'd be some issues there.
Aye.
But yes, going to have a lot of fun with that. No, I had a lot of fun tonight. It's interesting. I had a feeling that was how it was going to go because I know Arthur, and I know he likes screwing with me like that. So, but it was good. It's interesting. We're broke again, so we gotta.
Whoa! First off,
get a job.
screwing with you?
Yeah.
I went and used everything that had happened so far, and I was like, "How can I explain everything that happened?" And I was like, "Sweet." I got this great idea for how to move the story forward at the same time as explaining how this crazy shit happened to him. And now I'm accused of screwing with you? From fixing the timeline? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I want to know what would have happened if we went to freaking Terra.
You would have gotten a job to go fight some clans, bro, Seth.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And be probably eventually part of the Comstar.
But that's
people.
okay. I got a knighthood. Sir Maxwell Harridan.
We would also probably, if we went to Terra, have some nice, good tech as well. Some nice fancy tech. Like, I doubt
Probably.
Star League, but
Well,
You guys didn't ask, but there was a Daishi on sale. The Direwolf.
oh,
we wouldn't be able to afford it.
It was 31 million.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, can we go back?
I mean, you can buy it before you leave.
We don't have enough.
We have no room for it, and plus, we don't need another clan mech.
I'll sell my archer.
It starts with paired ER large lasers, 3 large pulse lasers, Ultra AC-20 SRM 6 launcher.
Holy shit.
Battle value 2,900.
Uh-huh.
You let me know during the week if you guys want to pick that up. Speaking of things you'd like to pick up but are completely unavailable to you, let's talk about Raddosaurus.
Hey, I'm Raddosaurus. I'm a commission artist. You can find me on Arthur's Discord or at Raddosaurus on Twitter. I had fun tonight. Don't know that Arthur had a lot of fun tonight, which is stressing me out a little bit.
What? Look, the interview
really
process was really fucking weird. Everything.
Shopping.
Look, the shopping was fine, except when you guys were like, okay, look, we had this list of things we want, now we want other things. And also, fuck Arthur for not providing a Raven. Fuck Arthur real bad. And I was like, why would they buy the mechs before they have the pilots?
Why would we hire
pilots are
pilots
cheap
before
and
we
they're
had things
everywhere?
pilot?
Because you knew you were going to pick things up to pilot.
I don't know, man. I don't know what you want.
It's fine. You got your Raven.
I don't
You
know
got
what you
your
want.
everything. It was fine until you guys were like, what I'd really like is a tag infantry squad. And I was like, oh, shit, I don't know how that works.
Maybe I wrongfully picked up on a lot of annoyance from Arthur, but
That's correct. You probably did.
It
The
made me-
annoyance I had was the interviews. I was like, are we really going to do interviews all night?
was having fun.
We got like 10 minutes left before the end of the episode, and I'd really like to do some plot, please.
So yeah,
I get it, and it's okay to have fun. That's exactly what these episodes are for, but I wanted to make sure we got done on time.
I'm really glad I decided to do the luchador disguise, because now that I've seen how hard Arthur has put the kibosh on it, I definitely will not make a luchador character for the future. Because
Why not keep the luchador thing going?
Unwelcome. So
why not keep being a luchador?
you seem to hate it. Yeah, you're like, that's never going to become your identity. You're super against it, man. Like you're not. You're
No. In the interview process, it's super. Look, man. If you went to an interview and there was someone staring at you with a luchador mask on,
I just.
I mean, I'm tempted to get one just for the next interview we have at work.
okay, no.
Just to come walking in.
Look, Rad, if you want to keep being El Guapo, is that your name now?
It's a soft G, but yes.
Okay, is that your new call sign as well? El Guapo?
No, we can talk about it later. It's not. I'm not. It's fine.
I'm behind this. You know I'm 100% behind Camacho's. No, don't even fuck me on this, Rad. I'm 100% behind Camacho's Caballeros.
I thought you were behind Camacho's Caballeros, but you seemed very against me getting anything done as a luchador today. So
only at the interview process, and only because you were like El Cinco years.
He only has like 30 points in Spanish. I wanted to make sure that he was very poor at speaking Spanish.
That's a pretty bad fucking disguise. If you want to pretend to be Spanish but can't speak the language.
So we just changed his call sign to Siete
Look,
Pesetos.
Brad, you're reading too much into it. I assure you.
Probably. I usually do. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm back to being as indecisive as ever, I suppose. But I did have fun. I do enjoy the shopping episodes. We got everything on our wish list essentially. So I think there's nothing but happy to be about that. I think I think the audience can definitely see the writing on the wall. We're gonna go for a much more indirect fire tactical strategy in the future. And hopefully we can bring that to bear to great effect. My hope is that we can lower some of our cost, right? Like we can get more bang for our buck by maybe getting rid of some of those more expensive mechs that are difficult. We can lower our upkeep and be able to take less damage, to be a more efficient unit, I guess is kind of what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping is on the horizon, I guess, by changing some things up. So we're going to be experimenting with some of that in this final arc, which I'm very excited about. And then if it works out, I feel like in the third season we'll lean very heavily into it. So that's what I'm excited to see how that stuff plays out in combat. Out of combat in role play, I don't know. I'm lost. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't even know.
I feel like maybe you're deflecting some of your lostness on me.
Why? Oh, maybe. Probably. I mean, that might be fair. I think you just had ideas about tonight and it didn't go the way you thought it was going to go and you were frustrated.
I was frustrated because we barely had time to get the thing in at the end. Everything else I thought went pretty well.
I felt your frustration and I feel like that's why you didn't allow me to go to the meeting. I felt punished.
No. That meeting was always only going to be the two of them.
Logically, I know that, Arthur.
Okay.
But emotionally, I have feelings.
Oh my
god.
You're like, I'm a player character. I should be allowed in the plot room.
Exactly. I also feel bad because I was, late and you didn't get to do as much as you wanted. So I just have a lot of guilt. I have a lot of guilt right now, and I'm
work your guilt out on your own time, motherfucker.
So yeah. Yeah, I mean, I had a good night. I'm looking forward to playing with Dave. I don't know that I've actually ever played a game.
I don't think you have.
With Dave, but I've always really enjoyed him. He's one of my favorite cast
Don't worry,
members.
he'll ignore you. He's only here for SidAlpha.
Yeah.
Been talking about it for weeks. He's like, man, I get to play with SidAlpha. Love that dude. I literally love him. I would have married him if I didn't marry a woman.
Wow.
It's okay. I love Dave too. So
So yeah, that'll be fun. That's it, I guess. I just got a notification. There's a YouTube video about maybe Kevin Feige is taking up and helming the X-Men and the Marvel, the MCU. I'll be watching that as soon as this.
Yeah, I'll wait until we hear whether that's legit or not. Look, guys, if you think Rad is making mountains out of a molehill, hit him up on Twitter at Raddosaurus or on Discord at Raddosaurus and let him know he's freaking out for no reason and that everything's fine. We're all fine here. How are you?
I just wanted to dip my toe in the luchador with the Spanish and all that stuff.
You can still be a luchador. I suggest you put some points into Spanish so that you don't have to pretend to speak Spanish.
I dipped my toe in there and the water was very cold, and I
think it was
pretty hard.
I think it was better that he was attempting.
Oh my god,
that was the most fun about it.
Hell, I just need to get my charisma up so I'll get out of a lot of negatives.
The Victor Milan trilogy is probably the best Mechwarrior books available. They literally just roll around, just fucking shit up and doing cowboy Olympics.
Oh, AP, how much XP do we get this session?
28 experience points.
I can raise my charisma.
Haha, same. Wait, no. I'm missing 2 XP. God damn it.
That's rough. You should have killed 2 more prisoners.
I don't kill prisoners. I'm not that person.
All right.
82.
All right, I'm Arthur Perkins. This has been AP Gaming Real. Thank you, audience, for all of your support. You could have been anywhere in the world for the last 3.5 hours, but you chose to be here with us, or if you're on YouTube, you were watching us. So thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week, everybody. We're good? I hope so, because we have guest stars scheduled for the next, 6 weeks, so yeah, we have a tight schedule. And look, the guest star order might get moved around. The guest stars might get moved around. I'm not big on announcing stuff ahead of time because of that, but I felt like y'all should know, we got guest stars coming. We're going to try to make it happen. See you next week. We'll find someone else for you to watch.